Okay, we all know how important this next, 3 weeks is going to be for the future of this country. Now, there's been a lot of dirty tricks played, primarily by Donald Trump and his group. There's a new one that's been uncovered that involves Elon Musk. There is a nonprofit super PAC called Build America's Future. This Build America's Future was something that was put together with a specific purpose to create parallel accounts and, pretend they are supporting Kamala Harris in this case, when in fact the things that they're putting out that are Kamala Harris's programs and thoughts are parallel to reality enough to where the less educated can actually apply that to the negative rumors that the Republicans have put out, then they are more likely to convince the more intelligent MAGA, if that's not an oxymoron, I don't know what it is, that, oh, yeah, see, that's proof that she's coming after all of our guns, or that's proof that she's, all of those type narratives, it supports without coming out and saying it. So, for instance, this particular nonprofit that pretends to be supportive of Kamala Harris, pretends to be a Kamala Harris, a liberal, a Democrat organization, actually has websites and everything that says, if you want Kamala Harris to do this, then boom, if you want, this is Kamala Harris's America. But it says stuff that literally takes the sound bites that Republicans may have heard somewhere, and it just contorts them enough to support a claim that Kamala Harris denies, that Donald Trump and his people are pushing, like she's going to go after everybody's guns. She's going after every single person's guns nationwide. That's a big thing for Pennsylvania voters and, voters in the swing states, which is why they're doing it. So these websites, they have something called Project 2028, and it's supposed to be the flowery, the Democrat Kamala Harris version of what the country should be. And it talks about how it's important, for instance, her little sections on this fictitious website that, by the way, was built from a $100 million donation from Elon Musk. I repeat, Build America's Future and Project 2028 began with a $100 million donation from Elon Musk. Put a pin in that for a little bit, will ya? So they have this website that you go in, and it talks about how, these guns need to be off, pew-pews need to be off the streets, and a mandatory buyback program, which is not mandatory whatsoever, but that's how they'll package it so the Republicans go, you see, she's coming after all our guns, and they could get all pretend pissed off and clutch their pearls and pray to their Cheeto von Schitzenpants Buddha statue, and they could do all that stuff without realizing that, that's not what that says. That's not what she said. She didn't say it's going to be a mandatory buyback program from every gun. She didn't say that at all. In fact, the opposite. But that's how they write things. There's also situations nationwide on these ballots about laws that were put up by Republicans with the purpose of banning the ban. And it's written as if it supports women's free choice and, the pro-choice side of it. But it's on that gray line to where it's like, we support women having the health care they need when they need it, and, and all that other stuff. So if everyone votes through, yes, yeah, pro-choice, but that vote is actually for a regulation that supports the enforcement of the law, the bans. And that's the thing, is the people who don't dig past that are kind of blindsided because they're like, oh yeah, that's absolutely a pro-choice type of, yeah, vote for that. But it's not. These are the dirty tricks they're playing. And as we put our votes in and as we do this, we need to recognize that, those who haven't voted yet that are still undecided, which I can't understand why, but whatever. I mean, that's good. Do your homework and go 2 steps beyond, because this Build America's Future, going through that website and seeing everything. And if you go to opensecrets.org, opensecrets.org is one of the most fantastic sources, a nonprofit, non-biased, and it goes into everything from candidates and office holders, elections and fundraising data, industries and interest groups. It has lobbying groups. This is the dirt. But they did a deep dive on this freaking bullshit scam that the Republicans have going, and Donald Trump is 100% in charge of, by the way, all to try and manipulate your votes. We need to stop. And anyone who's still on the fence can't be fallen for this shit. If you're in Pennsylvania, remember they told you that that Democrats were going to change the name of the state in top of taking all your... Come on. Use logic, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the most important election in our history. We can't mess this one up. And there's one party you can be damn sure democracy will continue. So even if you have to suck it up through one cycle, suck it up. It's that important. And if you're ignoring all of these facts that are coming out in front of you and that you have access to, all you need to do is click a couple of buttons and you're there. That's what TikTok's good for. That's what these platforms are good for. To educate the people who don't have time or don't feel like diving deep to find out the information. But that falls on the creator's shoulders to actually give correct information. And as you know, there's many out there that don't. I try my best. Look at Open Secrets. It's amazing the information they have. Keep yourself informed. And if you have any doubts, I don't care what color hat you wear, you are alone in that voting booth. You're alone in that voting booth. So when you walk out of there, no one knows what you did. Keep that in mind. I don't care how loud you've been screaming with your gold shoes and red hats. I don't care what sticky page Bible you pray to or what religion you are, what color you are, or anything. I don't care. He's saying out loud what he wants to do when he takes over, if he takes over. And all of his friends worldwide are not friends of the United States. And they're invited to the party. And he's also said he's not leaving if he gets back in. He's threatening to use the military against any citizen that has ever spoken out negatively about him. That's North Korea shit. That's seriously North Korea stuff. He's telling you to vote for him and he will bring that. And you're going, yeah, that's what we want. Is that really what you want? I don't care how frustrated you are with the government. I don't care how frustrated you are with the way things have worked in your life and you feel like you're working your ass off and you don't have enough money to do anything. I don't care about that. What it's really important is you putting your anger aside and look at the decision you're about to make and the reasons you're about to make it. And you need to make damn sure that anger is well placed and you're angry at the right people. Because if you're not, you're about to vote for something that will make all of these problems 100 times worse. And it doesn't matter if you don't see that yet. When it's obvious to you, it will be too late to fix. And it will all be your fault. So do something responsible for your kids, for your family, for the generations that follow you in this great country of ours. And pull your head out of your ass. All of this information's out. You can see it. You just have to bother.